Mexican security forces have killed the country's most powerful and most wanted drug lord. Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, known to the world as El Mencho, was fatally wounded during a military raid in the town of Tapalpa, Jalisco, on Sunday, February 22, 2026. He died while being airlifted to Mexico City. The operation was carried out by Mexican Army Special Forces with intelligence support from the United States. 4 other cartel members were killed at the scene and 3 more died during the medical evacuation. Born in 1966 in a small town in Michoacán, El Mencho began as a police officer before joining the Mencho cartel. When that group fractured, he founded the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG, around 2010. In less than 15 years, he turned CJNG into Mexico's most dominant, most violent, and most technologically advanced criminal organization. At its peak, CJNG controlled major fentanyl production labs, smuggled vast quantities of the drug into the United States, extorted avocado farmers, stole fuel from pipelines, and ran sophisticated money laundering networks. The cartel became infamous for its extreme brutality, public beheadings, drone bombings, and mass graves. El Mencho himself was on the FBI's 10 most wanted list with a $15 million US reward. American officials described him as one of the biggest threats to US national security because of the record levels of fentanyl deaths his organization helped fuel. The Mexican government has been hunting El Mencho for years, but the pressure intensified dramatically after Donald Trump returned to the White House. Trump has repeatedly demanded that Mexico do more to stop fentanyl flowing north. The operation in Tapalpa appears to be the result of improved US-Mexican intelligence cooperation and Mexico's desire to show concrete results under the new US administration. The immediate aftermath has been chaotic. Within hours of the announcement, CJNG gunmen set up roadblocks, torched vehicles, and attacked police stations across Jalisco, Michoacán, Colima, Guanajuato, and several other states. Schools have been closed, major events cancelled, and the US Embassy has advised American citizens to shelter in place. Airports in the region have seen flight disruptions. Violence is still ongoing, with reports of armed clashes and burning barricades. His elimination may come with possible consequences. First, expect a wave of retaliatory attacks as different CJNG factions fight for control and try to show strength. The power vacuum inside the cartel could spark internal bloodbaths, similar to what happened after El Chapo Guzman's arrest. On the other hand, CJNG may fragment, but it will not disappear. Other leaders, including El Mencho's son and nephews, are already positioned to take over. The fentanyl flow to the United States is unlikely to stop immediately. This is the biggest single blow against a Mexican cartel in decades, bigger than the captures of El Chapo or the killing of other major bosses. It proves that high-level cartel leaders are no longer untouchable. At the same time, it shows how deeply entrenched these organizations are. Even removing the top leader triggers chaos across multiple states. One additional point that stands out, El Mencho was not just another drug lord. He represented the evolution of Mexican organized crime, from old-school traffickers to a militarized, tech-savvy empire that used drones, social media propaganda, and extreme violence as strategy. His death removes a once-in-a-generation figure, but the system that created him remains intact. The next few days will be critical. If the Mexican government can maintain control and prevent a full-scale succession war, this could mark a turning point. If the violence spirals, it will test both the Mexican state and the new level of US-Mexican security cooperation under Trump. So one of the world's most notorious criminals is dead, but the war he helped start is far from over.